So it's my pleasure to introduce a man to you that actually needs no introduction. Usually what I do is I read his bio, and it's something you guys have probably heard 42 times. This time I want to do something a little different. I want to talk about some of the things that he's done. And so while he needs no introduction, I want to take a few moments to tell you what he's done around Denver with small businesses, as well as helping small business owners in procurement for our city services. So within the first 100 days in office, Mayor Hancock established a small business and startup advisory group to establish substantive goals to help and retain and grow small businesses in Denver. By early 2012, Mayor Hancock implemented new competitive contract policies that not only increased opportunities but opened new ones to work with the city and to provide greater fairness and transparency for all businesses that conduct business with the city. Since then, he's led Denver's small business owners and minority business owners to additional opportunities by leveraging investment. It was Mayor Hancock that made it a priority through executive orders that city departments, when soliciting goods and services by general services and alike, compile information about diversity and inclusiveness. He's increased small business lending through revolving loans and has hired the Stephanie O'Malley to lead these relationships and strengthen the city's work with minority and women-owned businesses. And I'd specifically say that she sits in the mayor's office and reports to the mayor, which is a big deal. This is someone that truly cares for our small businesses and cares about the way in which the city does business. And so it's just my pleasure to introduce to you our mayor, Mayor Michael B. Hancock.
Yeah. Thanks, Murphy. Good morning, everyone. How's it going so far? Good. I am so glad you're here. Would you join with me in giving Murphy Robinson and his entire team of General Service a round of applause? Murphy, you've been with us now for what, a year? 1 year, and there isn't a member of the cabinet or the appointee team that is more energetic and more dynamic than this guy. We are actually sending him all over the place. We're going to start calling him Reverend Murphy Robinson. But let me just say this. I am glad you all are here today because, if you step back and think about it for a minute, small businesses are the backbone of our great city. And if you really think about and reflect on some of our great neighborhoods, whether it's Five Points, Park Hill, Montbello, Green Valley Ranch, Baker, Highlands, the South Pearl District, what do all those neighborhoods have in common? Small businesses are anchors of those neighborhoods. And so if we fast forward that, we think about the fact that this city has been built by small businesses, then you begin to understand why when I had just become mayor and I was at an incubator, Battery 621, and someone asked me, Mayor, what's your vision for small business? I said, small businesses, I want Denver to be the startup and small business capital of this nation. And one of the entrepreneurs in that audience said to me, Mayor, we already are. And what we need is for a mayor who champions it for us, who opens the door for it and acknowledges the fact that with small businesses we can build a deeper, stronger ecosystem. One that's more versatile, one that has the capacity to withstand the volatility of the economy, because it will change. One that acknowledges that small business is big business and is the employer of most of the people in your city. And so what you saw us do in 2011 was to begin to change really how we focused on recruitment and development of business in Denver. It was no longer about catching the big fish in the recruitment of companies. The 5, 6, 7, 1,000 employee companies. That's important, and we will always continue to do that. But what took precedence was, how do we inspire? How do we motivate our entrepreneurs? How do we invest in small businesses? Because if small business is strong, Denver's economy is strong. And I think that's what we missed prior to 2007 and 8, when the bottom of the economy fell out of this nation. We forgot the basics. We forgot to focus in on our small businesses, the people who employ the bulk of our residents in neighborhoods throughout the city, including downtown Denver. Our skyline is peppered with companies, big Fortune 250s, 500, 1000s. But it's really the small businesses, those who are 300 and less, who are hiring the bulk of the people in our great city. And so we are here today to leverage a level of engagement by our small business leaders, you all. Whether you MWBE, ABE, DBE, SBE, whatever E you are, we're honored that you're in this room. And we're here to acknowledge the fact, through General Services efforts, that you're important to our economy, and we recognize that. Your success means Denver's success. And so while you're here, we hope that you just don't sit back and take notes. It is important that we hear from you. It's important that we ask you questions about how we can continue to be a better partner. We have not been the best of partners. And even with our best efforts since I've been mayor, we recognize that we can do even more, and we can be better, and we want to be. We recognize the city is a big economic game player in this city. And the city can and will do better in how we lift up, leverage our small businesses. We have to, because this economy is going to slow down on us. We're already seeing signs of it. And you're going to be the reason why we get through it. So we want to hear from you, how the city can be better, how we can better engage you. We want to get feedback, and we welcome your feedback. We want to know what services we can deploy that will better enhance your opportunities, not only with the city, but with your private partners as well. What can the city do better or differently to engage and create lasting relationships with you? That's ultimately where we're going. Listen, this is the reality. We have 13,000 city employees in the city of Denver. They can't do their jobs without you. You're our suppliers, you're our partners, you're the reason why we exist, you're our taxpayers, you create our base for us. And so we have to make sure that you're strong, and so we have to hear from you today. In April of next year, our MWBE ordinance will sunset. That's why Murphy mentioned Stephanie O'Malley in my office and all the effort that we're doing. At the same time, we have one of the most unprecedented eras of opportunity existing in our city. Besides the fact the city is a $2 billion plus operation on an annual year, Murphy Robinson's operation probably spends most of that money. I think he walks around with a credit card in his pocket with $1 billion credit limit. No, there's someone from the auditor's office back there just said, no, don't say that, don't say that. No, the reality is that we recognize we're a player, but this NWBE ordinance is an opportunity for us once again to acknowledge the important role of bringing along our women and minority-owned businesses. It also gives us an opportunity to think outside the box. And I got to tell you that one of the things I can tell you over the decades that we've been doing the NWBE program, we've had this ordinance in place, but not much has changed. And so this year, with this reset, I'm really challenging the team to say, what can we do differently? It's not working the way we want it to. But it's a bilateral responsibility. We have to change the way we do business. We have to look deep at our operations and how we write RFPs and how we engage MWBEs. And our NWBEs also have to think about how they do business differently as well, to leverage and take advantage of the opportunities that will exist. And if the two of us shall meet together with our best effort to think outside the box and to do things creatively, you engaging in this summit and opening up your thoughts and your mouths to share thoughts with us, then maybe, just maybe, we will get better together and we will all get stronger. So I'm encouraged by the fact that you're here. I'm excited that Murphy Robinson and his team at General Services have come together to help pull this off. But let's not sit here and be quiet. Let's engage so that we can all get something out of this, okay? God bless you all, and have a great day and a successful day.